Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's quick tip. I'm Chris, and I'm here with Mike. And today we're going to be talking about a fairly unique feature in Ergosoft called blending palettes, which is in our Swatch Books tool. So this, Mike, practical scenario, we have some colors in a color library, and we're looking for a color that's maybe in between what's in the library. So what tools are in Ergosoft to help us try and find that perfect match for what we're looking for?
Yeah, you explained it very well. It's if you're trying to find a color that's kind of close to this one and close to this one, but not exactly. So, um, I'll show you again. I just went into Swatch Books right here, and then down here on the bottom we have blends with black and two color blend. So move this out of the way a little bit so we have more room to show you. But if you click blend with black, what this does is it brings up this window. This is going to blend whatever color you click with black. So if you watch the little preview up there, if I click on this medium purplish color, it takes that color and puts it here and it blends it with black. So if you were to print this chart, I'm going to hit print chart, it will create a chart that you can print, and it has LAB values on the bottom, and it has sort of a fabric A samples, right? A title on top here. But it's basically just blending your color that you selected with black. So you can print it, and then you say, oh, you know what? This one here is perfect. Then you can use that for your artwork. And you can even add that as a new color in your swatch book.
Right, a couple things. One, that title fabric sample A is totally customizable. So if you want to change the title of a chart that you're printing, no problem. That's doable in the print options dialog box. But two, you may notice that we're using the Ergosoft color guide for the swatch book. And this is a resource that we offer to customers so that you can fully customize a color library. So, Mike, let's just pick a random color and say that we wanted to add this to our swatch book.
Yeah, so like if you already selected one that you want to add, you're saying?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Zoom in a little. So like 31, 11, -4. Let's say this blend with black 40 is perfect, right?
Okay.
So then you can come in here, you can click color picker, and then you can add your color. So let's put in the lab here, 31, 11, -4. So this color here is that color, and we can hit apply, and then you can give it whatever name you want. If you have a whole naming convention, you can use that. You can use whatever you want. I'm gonna call it purple 55, just because I feel like it. Now, in our current library, we have purple 55. So then you can use that to replace colors or whatever you want to do with it, just like a normal, any old lab color.
Great. Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and then from here, let me zoom back out. Oh, sorry, gotta hit OK. Let me zoom back out here. So once again, in our library, we have this option here, two color blends. Now, this is just what it sounds like. You click on two colors. Instead of selecting one color to blend with black, you pick two colors to blend. So if I click on this color here, it put it up on the top right. And then if I click on this color, it actually moved that color that was the top right to the bottom left. And it replaced the top right color with the one I just selected. And then across the middle is from lighter to dark. So you have this whole grid, whole array of variable colors from those two colors. So for instance, remember my second color that I chose with this was this light color. If I pick an even lighter color, now it's even lighter, right? So you can literally just keep clicking until you find what you want to print. Let's say you want this, right? So this will give you a medium dark purplish to a pretty light color. So let's say you want to print that. You can hit print chart, just like we did before, and it'll create this big chart. And right now this is 50 by 50 inches. And that is because I have the squares set to 4 by 4 inches. So those options are available in your print options button down here on the bottom right. So this is what you were talking about, Chris, about how you can customize your sample. We had fabric sample A. Let's do blends sample A just for the sake of it. So in here, you can change all of these. So you can change font size, you can change physical size of the squares, distance. So I'm going to actually make this 2, right? And I'm going to make the fonts just so you guys can see how it's easy to just change it. I'm going to do 12 there, and I'm going to hit OK. These charts are 11 by 11, right? There's 11 patches. So one thing I wanted to just show you real quick is, in a previous video, we talked a little bit about this too, is that you have this numbers of fields per row. So if you're printing a large chart that has 1,000 colors, you might not want only 11 across. But if you printed this chart with 12 across, it wouldn't be this nice even gradient grid, right? So if you're doing blends, you want to make sure that this number of colors per row is set to 11.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Or you can set it by columns, it looks like, too, so you can establish a number of colors in the columns if you don't want to do it by row.
Yeah, so there you go. So see, this is a much smaller chart. This one is maybe 27 inches wide instead of 50. There you go. So yeah, in here you can
Outstanding.
do number of fields per column. So for instance, if you're printing on something that's only 15 inches tall, maybe you only want it to be 5 patches tall, and then you can just print it on different pieces, right? Yeah, so that's all customizable down here. That's basically it. Yeah, so then you can close all these. Once again, you have your charts that you can use. Print these out. You have your samples. You have your values. You can create new colors, whatever you want to do with them.
Excellent. Okay. Very helpful. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and please contact us if you have any questions.